Hello and welcome to GT Sports Mates. If this is your first time here, welcome, and if it's not your first time here, then welcome back. Now, once again, we're going to be looking at the daily races as they have now changed from last week. And let's have a look at what we've got. Now, we've got a one mate race, which we've been doing, and we've actually been enjoying them quite well. So we might have a look at that one. We've got a GR4 at the Tsukuba circuit. Good circuit, but we did that not long back, so maybe something different. Now, this one. Panorama in the GR3. This is the one that piqued my interest, and I went in to look, and as you can see, it's 14 minutes before we can even get into a race, and I thought, I'm not waiting around, I want to do something now. So what are we going to do? Well, we're going to do the one make. That's what we're going to do, because we've had some good results with the one make actually. So let's see if we can replicate that. So this is the Kyoto Driving Park. Now it's a fictional track, and it's not a very big track actually. It's only 1.2 miles long, or about 1.9 kilometers depending on where you're from. So it's going to be a very, very fast lap. It's sub 50 seconds, easy on this track. Now the car we're going to be racing in, like I said, it's a one make, so everyone's going to be in the same car, so that evens out the playing field. It's the Mazda Roadster, and I have to say, from driving it around this track, this is the second lap as you can see, I like it. It's a cracking little car, and with the track not being very big, it seems to suit it really well. In fact, they've done well lately with the choices of track and one make cars. They're all low cars like this, N200s and so on, but they suit the tracks absolutely perfectly. So there we go, going across the line, and that's going to see us in a 46.5. That's good enough for third place, so I'm happy with that. That's not bad, get 2 laps in, and that's where we're going to end up, in third place. So I'm very happy with that. Let's have a look at the rest of the field now. So obviously they're all in the same car. Everyone's in the same car. That's going to really even out the field a bit there. But look at the difference between first and 11th. There's like 1.5 seconds almost, just under 1.5 seconds separates P1 and P11. This is going to be a very, very tight race. So let's hope we can do well. Now here we go. We're going to see if we can get a good start. And we're not getting the best start, as you can see. The car kind of just hunkered down there. It didn't really want to go anywhere. So we're instantly relegated to P4. And if you look on the radar there, you can see we're going to lose that as well. We're going to be relegated down to P5 just straight away off the line. We happen to go the long way around there, as obviously I was getting pushed away a little bit. But that's fine. We're going to get a little nudge from the Brit behind us, which is going to give us a bit of a boost actually. That gives us a bit more time to fight through these next few corners and hopefully climb back up the grid a little bit. But we're just going to get hit again here, and we're going to go off from the Brit again, and I'm going to in turn take the guy out who's on my left hand side. Now I was going to slow down and give him that position back. I did knock him off when I got hit, but he's already ahead of me. He did so well. He got back on the track so quickly, and he's managed to climb himself up a couple of positions. I don't actually think I could have done any more. If I'd have slowed down, he still would have done what he did, and I would have just dropped back even more. So everything worked out fairly well though. Well, for him, not us. We're currently in 7th place. Anyway, 1 lap down, 7 to go. Let's see what we can do. Now we're right behind the guy in 6th, and coming around here, if you can get these next couple of these very fast turns here absolutely bob on, then you can carry a lot of speed. As we're just going to get hit sideways, luckily I managed to keep it on the track there. That gives us the inside line for the next couple of bends. Let's see how we go around here. We're going to go side by side, and I'm just hitting that apex a little bit too much, and there we go. That's what happens when you do that. You hit the apex a little bit too much, put a bit too much power on, and you're just going to slide. I couldn't grab the slide in time, and that will relegate us down now to P10 at the end of lap 2. Not a good start whatsoever over these first couple of laps. But 6 laps to go. Let's see if we can at least catch up, shall we? Like I said, this is a sub 50 second track when you really start going. So there's not actually a lot of time to lose on this. If you lose a bit of time on it, it's hard to catch back up because it's such a quick track. And like I said, sub 50 seconds. So these 8 laps are going to go through very, very quickly. So I've really got to catch up as best as can. Now, lucky for me, the guy up ahead has got a penalty, so hopefully we'll be able to capitalise on that. If we can get around here, almost going sideways once again. This time I managed to catch it and hold it. And here we go now through the last, basically that's a little chicane, and it's probably the best part of the track, that actually. I love that little 2 corners. The Brits that are going to come across. Luckily he ghosted. I don't know if he saw me come in, I don't know if he was trying to get me away, I'm not sure what happened there, but Luckily he ghosted, I went through, I couldn't really avoid him any more than that. But that's going to see us go up now into P9 as we come around the very first bend, which is a very, very long right-hander. The German going off track, going to slow him down a little bit because of the dirty tyres now. So if I can get a good exit through these next couple of turns, I might be able to grab 8th position. I'm going to go across the corner there. It's absolutely fine. I've got the inside line now coming down to the next set of corners. Hard on the brake, going to turn in, and the German who was behind is going a bit wide, giving us a bit of breathing room. Now we're just concentrating on the guys up front. So through the last chicane there, there's only 7 corners on this track, I should say, so 3 of them are the last chicane. So there's not many corners, most of it is quite long straight like this, so you really got to make sure you're in the slipstream to be able to catch them on. And we're doing well here, we're in the slipstream with the German in front. He's running wide, I'm not going to do that, he's gone off, that's going to give us a bit more time to get past him. We've got the clean tyres, he's got dirty, he's going to come across, are we going to hit? No, we're not, we're going to go side by side through the next couple of turns. This, so far, I've managed to fight my way back from 9th up to 7th, and I'm still looking ahead and looking at what is possible. And it looks like the guys in 5th and 6th battling a little bit there, slowing down makes it even better for me because that means I can catch up. So let's see if I can at least catch up to them, and if not, capitalise on them and go ahead. So that's the end of the 5th lap. We're on the 6th lap now. 3 laps to go. And it's kind of hard to say what's going on here. I mean, there's so much going on in such a short little track. It's kind of hard to really work out where you need to be, what's going on. And all I keep thinking is, all I need to be is in the slipstream. If I can keep in the slipstream, as you can see here, I've got a chance. So let's see if I can make a move now coming through the last few turns. The guy in 6th doing very well to hug the apex and not going to give any room whatsoever. So no point in going for a massive dive bomb. That's just going to wreck my race and his. But we're going to see if we can get a move done now as we come onto the home straight. I'm going to try and go around the outside of him, and I just tapped his back there. I didn't react quick enough to get around him. I give him a little bit of a nudge. No penalty, which is good. But obviously I'd give him a little bit of a nudge, so he's going to get a bit more speed out of that. So he's going to keep all the 6th place there as we go on to the 7th and 2nd to final lap. And we're hugging that apex all the way around. We're hoping to get a decent run here. And look at the radar. We're side by side. He's just ahead at this point. We're going to go through here almost side by side. And I'm going to cut that corner there, which you can do. You're not going to get a penalty for that. And he's going to go across the rumble strip on the left. No penalty for that. And I'm going to go down the inside. I've got the inside line. I'm going to try and take it. And I am going to take it, I think. And he's going to... I don't know what he's going to try. Is he going to try a massive dive bomb the next lap? I'm not sure. We're going to have to keep an eye out for him. The guy in 5th there going right across the corner, flirting with the lines of the track. What I will say about this track, the penalty system on this track for cutting corners, it's not that bad. You can get away with quite a lot on this track, which is good because it means you can really go for it. You don't have to be reserved. And when you're in slow cars like these, you don't want to be reserved. You really need to just be putting your foot down all the way. Coming through this first, well, it's basically a chicane, isn't it, these ones? It's basically a chicane, so we're going through the first chicane there, and we're in the slipstream with the guy in front. Are we going to be able to get round and make us, as the guy behind us goes for a massive dive bomb? I thought he might try that. Luckily, I must have ghosted, I don't know why, but luckily he managed to go through. And the guy here in 5th doing an excellent job through that last chicane to defend. Absolutely fantastic job for him for defending that. I thought I might have been able to get him, but no, he defended that extremely well. So well done to the guy in 5th there. Not a result that we wanted. We started off in 3rd place. We instantly went down to 9th, basically anyway. Managed to climb up to 6th. So we didn't do too bad, but obviously we didn't do as good as we wanted. And if you've watched any of my previous videos, you know what's coming now. That's right, we're going to go again. That's right, we're going to go again. And we're not going to bother watching the qualifying, simply because we already know the track. But we are just going to watch the end of it as I set a new PB as I go across, doing a 46.4. So going a little bit quicker than the first race. Let's see if that does anything for where we start on the table. We started in 3rd in the first race, so where are we going to start this race? Let's have a look now. And as you can see, the only yellow car on the track, that would be mine. And that's going to see us in 5th. So we actually did a faster lap in quali. And we start 2 positions lower than we originally did. So it just means that this race is going to be even better. There's much faster drivers in this one. Now we're going to be watching this through the chase cam. It's a little bit better. Let's hope we get a decent start, because we don't want to be bogging down like we did in the first race. So here we go. Getting off the line a lot better than we did in the first race. In fact, we're getting off the line very well though. It looks like we might be able to get up and past 4th place. We've got the inside line. He can't come across to defend that, as the right-hander is so long. I'm going to instantly take that position. So I'm going to take that as the guy second, getting a little bit sideways. He's going to come across. He's going to hit us. Yes, he is, but luckily nothing too bad. Managed to hold on to that. We are now straight away through the first corner up into 3rd place. So through turns 2 and 3 there, I think they are turns 2 and 3. And again, a good run here from the German on the left. I've got the inside line. I'm going to defend it. He's going to have to go the long way around if he wants it. But he's not going to have the speed to do that. I'm going to take P2 as we come into now turns 5, 6 and 7, I think these are. Yeah, turns 5, 6 and 7. Getting behind the guy first, who's for some reason got his hazard lights on. Not sure why. Maybe he just doesn't know how to turn them off. Or maybe he didn't realise they had them on. I'm not sure. But that is fine. Not going to do anything about the race. We're going to go up the inside on the right hand side. We're going to take P1. We're going to hug this apex all the way around and hope that we can take it. And there we go. P1 from 5th in 1 lap. So far, this race, a lot better than the first race. All I need to do now is not do what I did in the first race, which is go around this corner and then go sideways. Now, 2 of them going on the inside there, too fast. It would have been a fantastic move. They just took too much speed. I'm going to get a better exit and I'm going to get more traction. I'm going to get more speed through there. As the guy in 4th going off and doing exactly what I did in the last race, he's gone. I feel your pain, my friend. I've done that in the last race. Hopefully, he can recover. But there we go. Starting lap 3 now. We are still in P1, going around the long right-hander. And I think I figured this corner out now. It took me a while to figure it out. But basically, if you lift off the gas as you're going round, just let the momentum take you. You can get on the gas then towards the end of the lap, and I find that's the best way to get around that one. So cutting both these corners now almost. Actually made a bit of a mess up there, not hitting that apex whatsoever. But it's not doing too bad now. Braking very hard, but just a little bit too much speed, not going near the apex like I really wanted to. Needed to get a little bit tighter. To make more of a gap as we're coming through the last few corners here onto the home straight. Let's have a look behind. So okay, so the gap isn't too bad. The gap's not too bad there. It's better than I thought it was, because I messed up the last long right-hander at the top of the track there. You can see the mini-map. I messed that up a little bit, so I must have had a decent enough gap to really make that happen. There we go around the first corner. Once again, long right-hander. That corner just seems to go on. It really does. It seems to go on forever, that corner. Let's see if we can get these 2 corners better. Much better, hitting both apexes, going across them and getting a much better run. I'm going to brake hard here to see if we can get this one even better. And again, I'd say that's worse actually than the previous lap. That was much worse than the previous lap. I'm just driving a little bit too hard now. I don't need to do that. There is a gap. The guy behind us completely cutting the curb, flirting with the lines there on the track. I need to figure out that last corner. It took me a while to figure out this first one. I think I've figured this one out now. As you can see, just come off the gas, let the momentum take you, drop a gear and then just floor it and it will grip and you'll just keep going. Look at the gap there now, opening up a little bit as they're battling behind us. That's great for us. We want them to battle. That means they can't catch up as easy. Now through the first couple of fast corners there, it's basically the first chicane, let's face it. Let's see if we can do this one any better. Braking hard, getting anywhere near the apex. Sort of, not great. Again, I could do that so much better. But we're still, we've still got a good gap. So hopefully, as long as I don't do anything stupid, I should be okay. I should be able to hold them off. A little bit of a gap there, as you can see. Let's just keep my head. I have a tendency to just bottle it. I think, when you're leading from almost the get-go, sometimes the pressure can get to you. You'll think they're catching, you think you're not driving fast enough, and you'll just overdrive, and you'll just end up spinning your car or crashing out or doing something, and you'll lose it. So I've just got to keep my head now as going through these corners, tapping the apex there on the right-hand side, doing a better job. Come on, let's do this one. Let's get this one better, get it tighter. That's much better. I think there we go. That's what I wanted to do. Much cleaner, much tighter to the apex, and I think actually faster through that little corner as well. As we're coming down now onto the home straight, we're going to come onto the penultimate lap now, lap 7 of 8, as we are still in the lead. And if you look behind, there's the gap. So doing well. doing well. The previous lap was my fastest, as you can see, 46.5 seconds. And I think that was because I finally managed to get the last right-hander. Right, I did it right. So let's see if we can do that again as we come around these. This is the turn 1 and 2, I think. No, turn 2 and 3, that one. And this one coming up will be turn 4. Yeah, this is turn 4. As you're looking behind, they're closing the gap. They are closing the gap. So I really need to just be careful now. I don't want to do anything stupid. The last lap, coming on to the last lap now, they are going to start closing. I have an awful feeling. That they're just going to go for a massive dive bomb. If I mess up this first corner here, they're going to catch up. So I need to really nail this first corner. Going a little bit wider than I wanted to, but getting the power back on early, and really just want to widen that gap. Not doing so well. He is in the slipstream. He's going to be catching me right now. And he knows he's going to be catching. So let's see what happens as we're coming up now to turn 4. Let's see what happens now. Is he going to go for a massive dive bomb? Yes, he is going to go for a massive dive bomb. I knew that was going to happen. And he's going to get a 2-second penalty for his troubles as well. I knew he was going to do that. I absolutely knew he was going to do that. And 2-second penalty, which means, you know, we're going to come across the line technically in second. We're not going to be able to beat him on the track, but we are going to grab P1 because of that penalty. And he's going to drop down to P4 because of that penalty. Oh, I feel sorry for him for that, but it was a big dive bomb. I don't know what he was thinking. And I've covered that actually in one of my previous videos. When someone ahead of you has got a penalty, like he was ahead of me then, I didn't try and fight him. Because if I'd have tried to fight him, I probably wouldn't have ended up with a penalty. So I just let the penalty system do the job. I get P1 because of that. I finished first, should have said, because of that. I've covered that in a previous video when someone did it to me and they ended up dropping again. But I just want to go back and I want to see what this guy was thinking. Now he's about half a second behind at this point. It's too much for a dive bomb. But look at this. Absolutely, there was no way he was going to make that corner if I wasn't there. I became his brakes then. You could see he was locked up on his brakes and he was still going far too fast. I became his brakes, and I think that's why he got the 2-second penalty. So there we go. That's the end of the race for him. You know, he did so well. He didn't need to do that. He could have come in second. I know everybody wants to come in first, but unfortunately for him, it didn't work. Anyway, that's all for us this week at GT Sports, mates. We will see you all next time.